So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of ZGN Talks, and today we will be talking about whether money makes us happy or not.
So before we can really talk about whether or not money makes us happy, we first have to acknowledge that money, besides making you happy, has a couple other uses. And one of the uses is that it can prevent, depression, it can prevent sadness. For instance, look at it this way. Say, for instance, you need a lot of teeth work done, but you can't afford it. That's going to make you really, really, really depressed. Or if you live in America and, you need a surgery really bad and you're in a lot of pain, and you don't have enough money to afford it, sadly, that's going to cause you a lot of pain. It's going to cause you a lot of suffering. So in a sense, it's important not to just look at money of how much happiness it causes you, but it also prevents you a lot of despair and a lot of sorrow.
So let's go ahead and dive more into mine and Emiliano's personal experiences about money. So before we actually got into business, we weren't constantly thinking about, making money, financial freedom, all that stuff. We were kind of just going with the flow. Our parents, in a sense, programmed us to just go with school, get all A's, go to college, get a good job. And that was pretty much our plan going forward in life. But it wasn't until high school where stuff started to change. And this happened to Emiliano first, and then he ended up getting me into actually starting him and joining him on his first business venture. But we always had that mindset of, again, just going down the corporate world, just going with the flow, figuring it out. And then when we started viewing the world from a much different point of view, we realized that there's much more to life than that. And aside from that, we also just come from families. We come from typical middle-class families. And many of you guys watching this, we don't know how much money you make, but say, for example, growing up, some of you guys came from either lower class or middle-class families. And you could tell that your parents constantly, but maybe not constantly, but occasionally had the stress of money over their head. They had to go to work 5 days a week. They weren't able to travel whenever they want. And in a sense, money is a big factor of stress. A lot of couples get divorced because of money. A lot of people have, mental issues because of, say, money. And being able to solve that problem helps you solve a lot of other problems that, are going on in your life. So again, diving back into our personal experiences, when we first started, venturing into the world of business and e-commerce, we were constantly throwing a lot of money into starting a business because, it takes money to make money. You can't just make money out of $0. And, in the first phases, we were losing a lot of money. No money was coming back. And I wouldn't say we were stressed in a sense, but, we were anxious. We wanted to be seeing that return because, the more money you're burning, you're not getting anything back. It starts putting you into a mindset that, isn't so positive. And then when we started working harder, we started implementing systems, applying the right information, and networking with more people, then it kind of took a lot of weight off of our shoulders, which Emiliano will be explaining shortly about how our life actually changed once we started, quote unquote, figuring it out in business and creating consistent cash flow.
So after Mitch and I really figured it out, started getting consistent cash flow from business, it took a lot of weight off our shoulders. It allowed us to have more experiences and overall just more optimize our health and more optimize our daily routines. Essentially, Mitch and I having this consistent cash flow from our businesses essentially allow us to be able to travel more, have less stress, and overall just, experience more things. And on top of that, for those that are in biz and understand the benefits of consistent cash flow, essentially what this allows you to do is basically makes you feel like you can reinvest into other ventures and other opportunities and not have the stress of, this one might break the bank, like Mitch and I had a couple years back. And business is extremely unique in the fact that, once you have money, it becomes a lot easier in your ability to make more money. For instance, if you're doing $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month consistently, that allows you to have, a lot of pressure off you in order to make more investments to, up that to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. And then from there, keep climbing and keep climbing.
So the question that you've been waiting for, which is, did money actually make us happy? And the reality is that we would really appreciate if you could smash the like button. It helps out our channel. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. It just helps expand the reach of what we're trying to do with this channel, and we'll really appreciate that. So diving back into the point, thank you for that little pause. Did money make us happy? And money itself, the physical sheet of paper, or it's not made out of paper, it's made out of cotton, but money, physically, money itself, no, it does not make you happy, but how you use it does. For example, we love traveling. We get happiness, or we achieve a level of happiness, when we're traveling. And yes, you could buy happiness in a sense because, for example, some people out there, not everyone likes cars, but there are a lot of people that are super passionate about cars, and they gain absolute passion and happiness out of, being able to collect cars, drive them. And obviously, the more money you have, the more cars you're able to collect. So yes, in a sense, it could buy you happiness, but money itself will not bring you happiness. Now, going off of that analogy, in a sense, money is like a vehicle that you hop into and it takes you to different places because it gives you more access to doing different things. For example, if you're constantly thinking about money and you're tight on it, you're not able to travel the world. You're not able to meet people around the world. You're not able to fully experience what life has to offer because you're constantly stuck in one place doing the same thing every single day because, again, you're tight on money. And after a few years, it's something that some people are fine doing that. If you're watching this, you don't care that much about money. You're just cool taking every day, just going day by day as usual, then that's completely fine. To each their own. But I know for myself personally, and I could also speak for Emiliano, we're people that, well, Emiliano thinks we're going to be immortal.
Well, there's that.
He thinks we're going to be immortal. But, say if we're not immortal, you live and then that's it. What do you want to get out of your life? And money creates that vehicle of you to just having all of these visualizations and desires in your brain. And it's a vehicle that you hop into and go to different parts. And on top of that, having more money helps you make more money because the way I like to view it is you want to have your money, in a sense, make babies. You want to invest it and have it make more money. And lastly, money pretty much enables you to achieve pleasure. Again, going back into the car example, some people love cars and they get happiness out of cars long term, but some people aren't super passionate about cars and maybe just someone wants to get a Lamborghini and that short-term pleasure of getting a Lamborghini will that make the person feel good. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, comment below what you thought. Again, our Instagrams are down in the description below. If you have any questions or want to network and communicate with us, feel free to message us. We hope you enjoyed this video, and remember, money itself does not buy you happiness, but how you use it will. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Adios.